Hello friends, welcome to TechnoGeek SFDC. So as we all are aware that Spring 24 preview sandbox has been published as well as Spring 24 is on the way. So Salesforce has released many new features as part of Spring 24 release. Okay, and out of those important features, there is one very important component in Lightning Flows which has been released in Spring 24. This is currently in beta version, but this is going to be a very helpful component in future for everyone. That is a repeater component in Salesforce. So what repeater component will do? So repeater component is basically a new component introduced in screen flows basically where let's say if you have one section of UI which you want to keep on repeating. So till now in screen flows, if you have to do that, you have to again keep on introducing new sections and you have to again place the same element into the sections. Okay, but now if I tell you that by using repeater component, you don't need to actually build multiple identical sections, but instead of that you can just build one section and you will have the capability to clone it or to copy the same UI section. Okay, we will take a use case basically to make you more to make you understand more better in this repeater component. So let's assume that we want to create a UI, okay, where I want a user to enter the name of the account, and once they will click on next or once they will click on save, the new account should be able to get created in the Salesforce. Okay. Now here I don't want to restrict the user to only create one account. Instead, I want them to be able to create multiple accounts from the same screen. Okay. So we will see how we can use repeater component to accomplish this particular use case. Okay, so I'll first go to flows. So this is my preview org, and in the preview org already all these release features has been published. So we can go in the preview orgs and check it before even it gets released to actual sandboxes or production. So here I'll create a new flow and I'll create a screen type flow. Okay, okay, so I'll create a screen flow here and I'll click on create. Now, what we had discussed, our use case is that we want a screen where user should be able to create an account. So I'll just create a screen with a text box so that user can enter the account name in that. Okay. So now let's say I'll create a screen here. Okay. And I'll give the name as account creation. Okay. Now I'll just minimize the window, zoom in. Okay. Yeah. So now if you can see in the component list, you will get this component named as repeater. So you can just drag and drop here. Okay. Now in this, now as you can see, once you drag and drop repeater, you get a box like structure where again you can put more and more components like text box, pick list, whatever you want to put it in, you can put it inside. So I'll just do one thing. I'll put a text box here. Okay. And I'll give the label as account name. Okay, flow label I'll just give it as okay, flow label we have already given. This is our account name. Okay, and if you want we can give some default values as well for this particular text box, or if you want we can make it as required. So it's a normal text box element feature. Okay, now we will what we will do, we will do it. Okay, so what it is asking, okay, it is asking API name for the repeater element. So I'll give as account data creation. Okay. And I'll just click on save. So I got one screen where I'll be capturing the account name. Now next what I need to do, I need to basically create those many records. Okay. So what happens is, let's say if you keep on adding new element in the repeater. So So I'll just open the repeater and show you. Okay. So in repeater, you can see we have two buttons here. One is remove and one is add. Okay. So once I click on add, this whole section where I have account name along with remove button, this will get copied and there will be same section again. It will start coming below the above section. Okay. So similarly, you can just keep on clicking add and it will keep on adding the sections here. Okay. Now what happens is, since these are list of elements inside a repeater element, right? So it's a basically a list. So whatever values you are entering, they will get captured in a list. I'll show you that list as well. Okay. So this is how your UI will look like. Again, you can just click on add and it will add one more box down. Okay. Let me quickly show you actually. That will be better to understand. Okay. So I'll give it a Spring 24 release. So let's say if I click on debug, okay, so you can see that this box has come up. Now as soon as I'll click on add, again the same box will come up. Again, if I click on add, same box will come up. I can just click on remove. So this is what the feature of repeater element, like it will repeat the box which you have configured in your flow. Okay, like here it is repeating the account name again and again, and you can give multiple account names. Now how we can use it? So if you can see here, if I see on a as a layman, basically we are seeing two elements here. One is this one above, and one is this one below. And this whole section, so because these are multiple elements, these elements are being stored in the repeater list. So repeater basically acts as a list which we can iterate over. So I'll show you how you can now process on the information which you have captured from the repeater element. Okay, so let's say till now we have configured that repeater element and how we will enter the value in it, but how we will process it. Okay, so for processing, what I will do, I will use a for loop. Okay, I'll use a for loop. Now I'll just give account processing, and in collection variable you can see account data creation repeater. So this repeater element what we have used, okay, that comes in the select in the as a collection, so you can use that. And inside that you have all items, so you can just select all items. So whatever multiple boxes you were seeing just before this configuration, all those uh, data what you have entered in those boxes will be captured in all item and you can process over it. So I can just select all items, first item to last item. So this is my, okay. So now this is what I have used in the for loop. Now again I'll create an element, or I'll basically do an assignment. Okay, so I'll create a new resource here. So what we are doing here, so we have created one single record variable that is of account type, and in that variable, on for name field, what we are using is account processing. That is our list what we have received from the repeater element. Inside that, if you remember, I have a text box whose API name is account underscore name. So that field, so that API name I can pass here. So what it will do, the loop will run, and for each item it will pick up the value stored in the text box, and then it will assign to the record variable. Okay, so here we have assigned to a record variable. Now next, again I'll create a new resource of, let's say, account list here. Okay, this is of record type. I'll make it as allow and then I'll use account. Okay, and here now I will use one more variable, one more assignment. Basically, we can call it as list addition. Okay, and then what I will do in account list, I will add the account record. Okay, so I will in the account list I will add an account record. Okay, and in the last element what I will do, I will, so after this whole for loop gets over, then next what I need to do, I just need to do an insert. Okay, so basically you can just scroll down and you can click on create record. I can use create element, create account, I'll give create account. Okay, and then I can just select how many records. I will select as multiple. I can select the account list here. Okay, now I'll just save this. Now again let's try to run this and we'll see how it behaves. Okay, so here let's say I'll just click on one more ad, or let's say I'll give three ad. Okay, I'll give Spring 24 account 1. I'll put it as Spring 24 account 2, and I'll just give Spring 24 account 3, and I'll click on next and let's see what happens. Okay, so there was some issue with the backend validation, so I just fixed it. Now again, we'll just come to the same screen, and let's say now if I'll come here again, I'll give it as account, let's say 11. Okay, I'll give it as account 12, and I'll give it as account 13. Now if I try to create it, okay, you can see three records must get created. Now we'll go to account tab and we'll see if three records got created or not. So you can see the three records got created, that is Spring 24 account 11, 12, 13. So whatever we have created from the UI, it got created here as well. Okay. So this is what the beauty of the repeater element which has been introduced. Currently, it is still in beta version, but it is we are hoping that it will come to GA as soon as possible, and then we will be able to use it. It will definitely going to reduce lot of effort and lot of duplicate elements what we are using in flows. So definitely repeater is going to be very helpful for all everyone. Okay, so with this we will wrap up today's video. I hope you liked this video. So if you liked it, please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'll be coming up with more and more flow related or LWC related as well as Apex related release features what is coming in Spring 24. So please stay tuned to the channel, and thanks for all your love, and please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. So thank you.